Piers Morgan of Piers Morgan Uncensored, as we know, loves to have these kind of dramatic debates where he pits a actual professional against the likes of Dave Smith, for example, and we see the aftermath and the results, and Piers Morgan being fairly one-sided nowadays. That is not towards Israel. That is towards the terrorist organization. And, well, he won't listen to the actual experts that know what they're talking about. For example, Elika. She's been on his show a number of times and presented a number of brilliant, smart, intellectual facts that all of which have gone completely over Piers Morgan's head, which to me is no surprise at all, right? Now, he has gone and invited all these other Jewish people, these Jewish experts and professionals, because that seems to be the track record. And lots of Jews now are refusing to go on his show because, well, Piers Morgan seems to be rather anti-Semitic, not actually standing up for Jews at all. He seems to be standing up for and defending the likes of the terrorist organizations. So one person in particular is going viral at the moment. His name is Shai Davidai. If you don't know who he is, you should definitely check him out. He recently, I'm not sure how recently, but it wasn't that long ago, Columbia. He was a professor at Columbia, and they suspended him or something along those lines for harassment, even though Shai was trying to get people to pay attention to the rabid pro-Palestinian, pro-terror groups that were on the Columbian campus, and basically trying to point out that this is really anti-Semitic, what's going on. But Columbia didn't care about that, and they labeled Shai as being harassing the staff members or whatever else, which is kind of crazy if you ask me. Like, he's trying to point out real anti-Semitism, and no, it's like, you get suspended. And, well, Piers has asked Shai on his show 3 times, and all 3 times Shai has said no. And, well, here's what actually took place. Shai goes, just got invited to appear on Piers Morgan. Here's my response. Dear Kirion, thank you so much for the invitation. However, given Mr. Morgan's consistent platforming of rabid anti-Semites, amplification of blood libels and false narratives, and blocking on social media of anyone who dares voice dissent against his views, I must decline. While I understand that people like Mr. Morgan care most about clicks, likes, and advertiser revenue, some of us prioritize our values and integrity. Shabbat Shalom, Shai. Damn, what a brilliant email, right? And obviously, Piers Morgan didn't like it, and he wasn't happy at all with this response. And so when someone gets invited on Piers Morgan's show and rejects him and then goes on X, there's a track record of Piers Morgan going, I've never heard of you. And that's exactly what he did with Shai. He goes, laughing faces, I've never heard of you, you pathetic little twerp. But rest assured, you'll never be on Uncensored, whoever you are. You're acting like you don't know who he is, and yet your staff members are actually inviting him on the show. That seems rather interesting to me. Like, how could you not know who somebody is? You just like, oh, your staff members just reach out to whoever they want, apparently. Piers Morgan has no control over his own show. He just tells the staff members, get this person. This person would be great for Uncensored. Get them. I got no control. I don't know who the hell they are until they show up on my screen. But even then, even if they do show up on his show, he still forgets who they are. It's like he has no care whatsoever for any of his guests, except if they agree with you, being Dave Smith, because then he'll get you back on again and again and again, because you are basically the same intellect as Piers Morgan. You're a shock jock. You are also gutter journalists, or Dave Smith isn't a journalist, but he's still gutter comedian, or gutter IQ, I should say. And Shai responds to Piers Morgan, I thought journalists aren't supposed to lie. Well, yes, I thought so too, Shai, but Piers Morgan doesn't know the truth, even if it slapped him in the face. Your people have been trying to get me on your show for 2 years now, and, well, he's been saying no all the time, and he brought receipts too. Like, here are the emails, all from Piers Morgan staff members, from different producers by the looks of things. because I wonder how long people actually last on Piers Morgan's show. And Piers goes, "Stop dragging my brilliant staff into it. I said I've never heard of you, which I haven't. Though someone just told me you were barred from Columbia University for harassing and intimidating people on campus. Even more reason to ban you." And obviously, Piers Morgan, being the incredible journalist that Piers Morgan is, has got no idea about the backstory of why he was accused and being barred from Columbia University in the first place. If you did your job, seems like I'm not actually a journalist and I can do a little bit more research and find out information about what's actually gone on than a real journalist that's got staff members behind him. But someone just told me you were barred from Columbia University for harassment, but you haven't done any further investigation. So shame on you, eh? And you got outed, Piers Morgan, and made to look like a fool. Now you're pretending he's attacking your staff. He literally just priced you wrong, and you didn't even have to go on your show to do it. He just sat back and let yourself, Piers Morgan, fall flat on your face. How about that? You humiliated yourself. Good on you. Well done. And now you're just reeling because, hey, I got caught out. Whoops. So you're fine with the Holocaust deniers, justifiers, but Shai Davidai is where you cross the line. Yeah, it seems like unless, once again, you agree with Piers Morgan and his gutter trash perspective, then no way in the world would you be getting on his show. Hey, Piers, please ban me from your show. I know you've never heard of me, but just in case your staff get any ideas. And the comments, man, the comments were absolutely hilarious. People were just going after Piers Morgan because anyone that has a level of common sense or brains knows that his show is pure just drama and not much else. So Yo Jacoby goes, "Piers Morgan, please come on my show." Also, Piers Morgan, I never heard of you. And Laura Loomer actually pipes in and goes, "Piers did the same thing to me during the Iowa caucus. He's a total attention seeker. He will have Islamists on his show and Jew haters, but he seems to blackball Jewish conservatives. It's very bizarre." Yeah, very bizarre behavior indeed from someone who calls himself a journalist and uncensored. How about that? Hey, someone that also seemingly controls his own show, but really doesn't. That is fascinating. But, well, I love to see a Jew actually call him out and humiliate him about his own poor behavior. Anyway, that's enough from me, but you guys take care, be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.